Hey, for those of you that are at home watching this video, we are working on the back side. So we complete the front side of this. Now we're working on the back side. So we just kind of reviewed the front side. There was no video yesterday because we went over the test and I didn't want to record that because I was afraid the College Board would come after me and somehow hunt me down. And so, so if you want to go over your test and you're watching this video, feel free to, when you come back from your vacay, to go over that with me, like during SRT or something. And I can tell you the answers and what went wrong, or you could just look at my key when you come back too. Okay, so now we're looking at the infant mortality rate. And by the way, what's that 80 mean for Central African Republic? Is that just means like 80 kids a year die? It's 80, not 8, oh, 80% would be bad. That'd be really bad. It's 80 per thousand. Okay, so if you've started your homework, you can there's some definition stuff, and when we look at some of this data, it's going to be per thousand. Okay, so it's 80 per thousand, which is still like, I mean, like that's high, right? You know, like that's still high, but 80%, that would be, whew, their population would not be growing if that's the case. All right, what'd you get for number 2? Niger 69. There's a higher one than that one. Chad is 72, but there's one more that's higher. It is in the Africas. It's on page 5. Sierra Leone, right? So Central African Republic's 80, Sierra Leone is 75, and Chad is 72. My freshman, I did this with my freshman. I do this every year because it's going to change, right? So you did this with me if you were in my biology 1 class. But my freshmen were so excited to hear that there was a country named Chad. They had no idea that there was a Chad. I don't know if there's any. Are there any Chads in school right now? Like Chad Capital. Like does he go here?
Chad Schlimmer.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, Emily. Chad Schlimmer. Chad Schlimmer.
Do you have any Javens?
No Javens. I met one. I met one once.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I did.
I met an Emma before. Can you believe that?
Oh, really? So Chad. All right. Let's go to the lowest. Who do you think? USA. No, not us.
Oh.
Okay. Get out of Africa for sure. Did you get it already?
California. It's lower than 4.
It's lower than 4.
Let me think. Paris. Am I close?
China, Hong Kong, 1.5.
Got it. Thank you, Emily. China, Hong Kong, 1.5. That's it. So they are the lowest. You know, like think about that though, right? Like think about the fact that they literally have 1.5. Like that's amazing. They have a population of 7.5 million people. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger than the population of Indiana. Okay, I wonder if Indiana. Hold on a second. Infant mortality rate in Indiana. Dear God, let's look at that. Let's just compare, since we're about the same size. Infant.
Don't you agree?
What?
It's probably really high with all the crackheads.
Indiana.
Or methods.
Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Infant mortality rates county by county. I don't want county by county, but like this says 6.8. Eric Holcomb. This is just August 4th. Wait, to 6.5. It fell 6.8, 6.5. Okay, but still.
What is it?
Let's go Wabash County. But look at that. That made news. I had no idea. Infant mortality rate hits historic low, but still 6.8, right? Like that's pretty insane.
Wait, that's weird because like we were all in quarantine. I bet it'll rise here pretty soon.
It would be this is not giving me county by county.
Don't you think so, David?
What's that?
9 months. What's 9 months after March? April.
Well, you know, there's a
June,
lot of
July,
quarantine
August.
babies.
They're coming next month.
Wabash, India.
Next
Let's
month
see, or Wabash
through,
County.
like, February.
Wabash County. Indiana. I don't know if we can find this. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, we do have it. Here we go. So infertility rate is 8.1 in Wabash County. That was 2011 to 2015 though, so I don't know like why that's so old. But still, like, dang man, that's crazy. All right. Okay, so what's number 2? Did you guys get number 2? It is. I'll give you a hint. It's in the 1.7. Montenegro is 1.7.
Singapore.
Singapore is 1.7, and Iceland has 1.7. Okay, so we got a bunch of 1.7s. Okay, if we want to look at the world, okay, so the world, if we go back to that first page, then we know that the world infant mortality rate, okay, is 3.1. Okay, the total fertility rate is 2.3. So Montenegro is 7.1 and 1.7. Sorry, 7. Yeah, 1.7, not 7.1. And then Iceland, you could choose your country: Iceland, Montenegro, or Singapore. All those good places for low birth rate. I mean, low infant mortality rate. Okay, one thing that is interesting, if you look at these countries, and I'm just gonna, just for the heck of it, let's go to Central African Republic. I'm just gonna do it like this.
Iceland and what else? Singapore and Montenegro. How do I even spell that?
Central African Republic has that. Remember, their life expectancy is 51 and 55 for male and females. Okay, but get this. Okay, they also have the lowest, or sorry, the highest infant mortality rate. Okay, they have on average. Let's see. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. They have on average 4.7 kids, okay, per family. But guess how much you make if you're from Central African Republic? You make $1,000 a year, 1,007. Okay, that's a year, folks. Okay, that's pretty amazing. Okay, I know high school kids that make that in a month, right, for some of their jobs. Okay, it's a lot actually. Okay, and so crazy to think about it. If you look at, remember China Macau, right? When we looked at that, their yearly salary was like $135,000. You know, that's crazy. And yet China Macau has a life expectancy. Now, I'm not saying that money buys happiness by any means, nor does money buy health. Okay, but what is the correlation? I mean, we can look at any of these things. Like, let's look at Somalia. You make 860 a year. Okay, Burundi, 780 a year. Okay, if we want to go next to, let's go to Niger. When we go to Niger, they're making, I think they're actually a little bit richer. Okay, Niger, they're making, oh no, 870 for Niger. Okay, once again, they're the fastest growing population. If you look at all those GNI per capita, okay, that's per person. That's what per capita means. The lower income places are not doing well. Okay, but it's not about getting cars, right? What's it about ultimately? What is money buying people in some of these places? Food. What else is it buying? Okay, housing, shelter. Okay, what else? Something really, really important. Contraceptives, maybe some prophylactics, right? Okay. You're missing a pretty big one. Water. Okay, sure. Maybe buying some water. Okay, but something way more important than that. Healthcare. You said, were you saying it like this? Healthcare. Okay, healthcare, right? Okay, healthcare is important, man. Can you imagine? Like think about even stuff in. Saw a funny meme today, and let me show you this one. Maybe you won't think it's funny. I need to maybe incorporate this into my lecture here. Let me just do this. Here we go. I don't know why this made me laugh. It's probably like old man memes, but this made me laugh. You guys even know this? Do you know this? Little House on the Prairie, right? Okay. I don't know why that made me laugh.
That's literally me though.
Uh-huh, right. That you're an old timey, right? We is this kind of funny?
Yeah.
Like sometimes like I don't know, like I say stuff and then I know later like God, I'm so old and dumb. It's just got old man memes, right? I like some of my memes. I didn't make this, but like anyways, all right. Okay, you like it? Okay, good. All right. So but we have proof. How do we have proof that like that most likely healthcare in Indiana has increased our lifespan and made life a little bit better? What's our proof? You guys in this class all proved it.
Oh, the death rate.
The difference?
What?
Did you just say the difference?
No, the death rate.
I thought you said the difference. Yeah, the death rates, right? Like we're living longer, right? We went to the cemetery and on average, like just like you can take it pretty much in a year. Now, for the most part, we're living long, we're dying. And medicine's a key part of that, right? Okay, like back in the day, they used to say when someone died and they didn't know what it was, that it was quote unquote what? No, they didn't know. They just like old age, right? But they said it was natural causes. They died of just natural causes. Is there such a thing as natural causes? No, there's a reason you died, folks. Okay. But a lot of times they couldn't explain it. So it's like, let's just say they were just old and natural causes. Their body just shut down, right? But there's a reason your body shut down, right? Okay. Why is it that some people are 110, right? They're still kicking it and smoking their cigars and doing all those things. What is it? Something. There's a reason why those people are living. All right. Let's take a few notes. Put these sheets away. I won't talk too much longer, but I will tell you that I love this chapter more than any other.
Javen.
That's my name. Oh.
I'm sorry. What? Man.
So if you have to go get more, are you working on it? Okay. Well, you said I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm like, back. No, I don't have it. Like, I didn't you won't be gone that long. We can just get. That's what, yeah, that's what you can just like.
I'm gonna get you a Trump 2020 sticker.
So gosh, I can't remember when this happened. Maybe it was like I should Google this and see if I can find it out. So we used to be able to do like cool stuff like before the disease hit us, and there were things called convocations, okay, where we'd all gather in the pack and we would do. You've heard about these things, right?
What about the get schooled for?
So luckily Nancy Oswald was a fan of environmental issues, and she was also a fan of doing educational things that were a little bit different.
When?
So this was like, I'm talking like, this is probably like 2000, 2001.
No, when did he ask?
Okay.
probably like 2000.
I was gonna try to cry, but someday you'll get yours. All right, so I said to Nancy, hey, how about we do this thing? Let's invite this guy from Washington, D.C., okay, from an organization called the Population Institute to come and talk to our students. I'll raise the money. We'll do it. And he came. And we had the whole school in the auditorium. He wrote this book. And this is him, Werner Fornos. He was a tiny man. Cool. He gave these stickers out to everybody. It was pretty cool. The local papers came. I remember this teacher, Keith Metzger. He was a business teacher. Came up to me afterwards. He said, I don't think I've ever heard someone speak that's smarter than this guy. Like this guy just came in and like, he was very interesting, but like gave all these facts and it was really, really cool. And he was talking about just like population issues, right? And so everybody was pumped. Nancy was pumped. And we had great discussions in APES after it. And then my friend Laura Sloop, who worked for the Times Union in Warsaw, published an article, and I never realized what would happen after that. We got so much hate mail for having this guy come to talk about population. It blindsided me. The letters to the editor about how pretty much I was called the worst teacher on the planet for exposing you guys to the devil's work. Okay. And I mean, it was like Laura showed me a couple that they didn't publish. And I was like, dang, man, should I like get a bodyguard or something? Like it was crazy. No, I never got any hate mail. That I think I got some at the school. Nancy got calls, you know, it was crazy. I had no idea. Okay. Why do you think people would like be interested in the subject or mad at me for this? Any guesses? No guesses. Okay.
Because people always have to hate about something.
Population. Here was his literally his talk. Gaining people, losing ground. The fact that like overpopulation, like populating the okay, maybe people don't believe it. Okay, that was definitely a little part of it, but that was not what they're most about.
People think he's like gonna support.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I was gonna say people think he's gonna like support like having abortion.
Oh yeah, baby, that's what it was all about, man. You can't tell me not to have kids, and you know if we. What's Bernard going to say next? Everybody needs to abort their firstborn child. Like, I mean, like it was like crazy. Like I was like, no, we're just talking about like, you know, like what happens if we get bit. It was, I mean, the guy never talked about like anything about like, you know, like passing out condoms at schools or like, you know, limiting the amount of growth. Yeah.
Why don't we like have an actual like sex ed class and like
because it's
actually
pretty
teach
basic.
us
You should understand what you're doing.
Remind me later off camera to talk about this. Oh man. Oh, well, we're gonna get to that because part of that's like in your question, right? So like that second, let's hold that thought. But man, this is from the Journal of School Nursing, the most recent issue. Okay, I'm not a subscriber, but somebody gave this to me. October 2020. Great article. We'll talk about that later. So I did not realize how controversial this topic was when we brought this guy in, and but I soon quickly found out. But you know, the fact of the matter is we are growing. Okay, we're definitely growing. Okay, and you know, things change for us. Like you know, we were hunter gatherers, right? We could go out, get our food, okay, shooting, get our game, all that stuff. But what really changed, folks, was the fact that we went from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, right, to an agricultural lifestyle, right? Babies are dying, right? What happens when we don't have to go out and find food? Right? When the food's gone, right? This ties into our last chapter. We're in an overshoot. Human population trying to like shoot my food, right?
Why do we
Or
open
gather
doors?
my food. Okay, when the
Why do
food
we
runs
food?
out, we all gonna die.
ATP.
Okay, but what if we could grow our food, right? Okay, in that Fertile Crescent, in the Middle East there, that completely changed things. Did anybody take Human Geo? Okay, you guys should know this stuff, right? You guys talked about this sort of stuff, how that got movement from hunter-gatherer lifestyle to the agricultural population shot way up. Now there's still limits to growth, right? Okay, we still have to things could wipe out our food. Okay, but what really did not allow us to explode with just agricultural stuff was the fact that disease like the bubonic plague, if you look, I think I've got this next picture here, right here. Okay, here's our population. Okay, Stone Age, 3,000 people, right. We start to increase. We start to get some. Start to get some like agricultural stuff going on, and then look at this little divot, right? The Black Death, man, and it's still around. Bubonic plague, like it seems like once a year they'll be like, someone died of the bubonic plague because they ate like a muskrat or something like that, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't think there's a vaccine for the bubonic plague. I don't think so. I don't know. I have to look at it. What's that?
It seems like everything we get is off of some stupid animal, like a bat.
Man, it is weird. Like we got to stop eating like weird stuff, man. Like no kidding. Like Ebola, like AIDS came from monkeys, right? We think. Okay. I love it whenever it's like, you mean someone's had sex with a monkey? No, they ate the monkey, folks. They didn't have like. It's not like yeah, we're related. Okay, that's not how it works, right? And so, yeah, you're right, Jacob. Like a lot of this is like we're eating things we shouldn't be eating. Okay, that's another.
It's like a stupid Chinese ate a bat.
Well, oh, geez. All right. Okay, so let me go back to that. So disease. Look at went from 500 million to 400 million. We are not going to get to that level, of course. But like, just think about the fact that we were like our world population was 500 million. That's pretty crazy, right? Okay, so what happened? You know, there was this guy's name was Thomas Malthus. Okay, I don't know why this is so gray, but he said that too many mouths to feed, not enough food result in disease, famine, and war. Okay, Thomas Malthus was a really interesting dude. I would write his name down. Thomas Malthus. I think I have his book over here. Hold on a second.
I have it memorized in the top of my brain now.
I used to have one of his books. Anyways, like that guy was like Malthusian growth. He was the guy that was like, man, look, here's the deal. He was the first dude to say like, we need to limit population growth. If we have too many mouths, not enough food, then our population is going to crash. And we've had these waves in the 60s. There was a guy by the name Paul Ehrlich. I have his book. I do know that for sure. And Paul Ehrlich was like, man, look, the population is explosive. This is going to kill us. Like, if we do not limit population growth, and here's his book, Paul and Ehrlich. His first book was called The Population Bomb. This one was the follow-up, The Population Explosion. Okay, and the headline here is The Indispensable Guide to Understanding and Solving Today's Number One Environmental Problem. By the way, if you like this population stuff, this book I would say flip through it. This book is incredibly good. Our Last Best Hope for the Future. This guy is the one that's really all about population stuff now. He's the guy that wrote the book The World Without Us. So what happens when all the people go away? Okay, so in the 70s, China's exploding, right? Okay, 2/3 of the population was under the age of 30. So that's bigger than where Niger's at. Okay, and so then they instituted in 1979 that mandatory policy, that one child per family. Okay, and of course they said life is going to improve. Okay, but notice we've got this almost this nice little hockey stick here, right? For the most part, population was very small, and then boom, the Industrial Revolution. Okay, I want to show a quick clip about the Industrial Revolution. Do you know what? Whenever I hear the word Industrial Revolution, what do I think of? Factories, good, good. Factories, good. What else? Child labor, okay. That's not my first thing there, but you could do that. I don't think of that, okay? What I think of is this, and I want you to really watch this and really take this to heart, okay? Because I think this could help you maybe with the college essay or just as you formulate your thoughts later in life. So the Industrial Revolution really has something to do with the puppy who lost his way.
Mr. Madison will go first. Mr. Gordon, choose the topic. English literature, U.S. presidents, My Wife the Tramp, Burning Dog Poo and the Human Response, Reflections of Society and Literature,
Reflections of Society and Literature.
Good luck, Schmuck. Mr. Madison, the Industrial Revolution changed the face of the modern novel forever. Discuss, citing specific examples.
Miss Slippy, there's Miss Slippy.
Okay. The Industrial Revolution to me is just like a story I know called The Puppy Who Lost His Way. The world was changing, and the puppy was getting bigger. So you see, the puppy was like industry, in that they were both lost in the woods. And nobody, especially the little boy, society, knew where to find them. Except that the puppy was a dog. But the industry, my friends, that was a revolution. Midnight football rules!
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Whenever Emma says anything, I always think of that speech right there at the end. Oh man, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I also love that part. And whenever the Industrial Revolution pops up, I always think of that scene. Okay, but what was it about the Industrial Revolution that caused like population? Why did all of a sudden, even agriculture was great. We're like, chugging stuff out, right? Things look good. But then boom, you look at this map or you look at this diagram and we go from like Industrial Revolution here to like, boom, from 1 billion to now, 7.8. Yeah.
It's part of because people had more money since like everyone worked.
Okay, so definitely there was some more money for sure. Yeah. What else? More food. How do we get more food to feed more mouths? Yeah, agriculture, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about like an invention that may have helped agriculture produce more food. Huh?
There was like a thing with cows maybe that you were.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with that. I'm not, yeah, but you were like, you're getting there. I'm sure there was a thing with cows, but I'm thinking just something like you may have played with as little kids. is a tool. Tractors, man, right? Guess you open your mouth for God's sakes. Okay, yeah, tractors, right? You've seen the Amish, right? You got Amish now in town, right? You see the guy on 114 with his horses plowing. Man, that's cool. He's got that tiny little field. You can't do that if you're Tom Farms or if you're Little Farms, if you're, like big farms now. You can't do that. There's 72 row planters. 72 row planters. You talk to Clay Little, I ask him what he does when he gets in his tractor, and he goes, I open up Netflix, right? Because he's like programmed it in. Now he has to do one turn, but he's sitting out there. Who knows what he's watching? Okay, but there you go, right? It's not the farming that it was before. We could produce more food, and not only can we do it thanks to those inventions, but remember the Haber-Bosch model? What did they make industrially that wasn't available before? We could only get it atmospherically. Nitrogen, right? Fertilizer, right? We could go from like only producing so much crops because we only had so much nitrogen, so much crop rotation. Boom. Now we just spray it on there. We're good to go, baby. Hey, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. All right. See you guys. May God have mercy on your souls. Oh, man. Peace out, Justice. Bye, Emily. Oh, you want to talk? You can talk. You say hi to your friend.
Hi, guys. It's class.
Is there anybody who's never seen Billy Madison in here? Oh, may God really have mercy on your soul. You need to watch it sometime. It's phenomenal. It stands up too. Don't you agree, everybody? Like, have you guys watched it?
What is it?
Billy Madison?
Oh, yeah.
I think it stands up. Like, it's not like one of those movies like you watched it the first time and then you were like, nah, this is not good anymore.
It's one of those movies like National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Oh.
Exactly. There's always a special time of the year where.
Oh, yes, you're exactly right. I am.
Shut your mouth, Javen.
See it? What's that?
Shut your mouth, Javen.